If you are in the US or Canada right now and you are on a work visa, you have been told that your role is eliminated. And when you are on visa, it's not only about just losing a paycheck, it's also about losing your rights to stay in the same country. I want to talk about you who are stuck in the same situation and don't have a path forward. The EMIs, the loans, the school fees of your kids, and along with that, the most important thing is your mental health. This video is just for you. You are not just imagining it. 2026 has started with the roughest phases we have seen in last few years. Layoffs, team restructures, projects getting shut overnight. And when you are on visa, it's not only about just losing a paycheck, it's also about losing your rights to stay in the same country. Today, I just don't want to talk about headlines. I want to talk about you. What's really happening in the US and Canadian job markets and why it feels so brutal to the immigrants. In this video, I'm going to talk about the process which will not only help you come out of that 60 days clock which is running on your head, plus will also help you keep a focus on the long-term vision you have for your career. A few days back, I received a message on my LinkedIn from an Indian professional based in US. Let's call him Sunil. What he wrote to me, let me read it out for you. Hi Vishal, I have just been told about the layoff of our team. Our last day in the office will be 6th of March. I am on visa here in the US and the clock starts ticking from the day of layoff. We have 60 days to find a job or leave the country. So I need to find a job within the next 60 days, maybe 75 days at the max. Have you helped candidates in my position? Now just imagine this scenario. You have left your country, you move to a new country which is US, where you are proudly sharing it with your family that I am brilliantly well settled in the US, and then something of this sort happens, which means your entire life has moved to a countdown timer which is less than 75 days. He also wrote something very mature which I respect. I completely agree with the no guarantee part. I have been in the industry long enough to know the reality behind guaranteed job offers. In our reply, we told him something which I'm going to exactly tell you in the next few steps. We said we don't believe in guarantees, we believe in the process only. Because over the years, we have helped many mid-career professionals who have been stuck in their career and they were really finding it tough to make out that how do we ensure that we sail out of this stuck boat. This is through a simple ruthless system. We call it ABCD crisis system. Along with that, a hidden job market strategy which works beautifully for any of the country. Along with that, a 3-tier rescue plan. I will break all three down in a moment for you. Sunil eventually decided to choose a coach in the US market who is there, already has worked with many people. But never mind, I thought as a service, I need to decode this and send a message to all such people who are stuck in the same situation and don't have a path forward. Because it's the reality of thousands of immigrants who are stuck in multiple countries and they don't know how to come out of it. Let's zoom out for a moment. In the US, we are not just in a layoff season. We are in the efficiency era. Companies are cutting the broad roles, they are trimming the middle layers and questioning each and every headcount. At the same time, they are pouring money into AI, automation, and along with that, some specialized roles. So for you as a job finder, it creates a very different paradox. Why? Because on one side, you see the news of mass layoffs, and on the other side, you see some specialized role openings like AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, and data architects. If you are a solid mid-level manager or analyst or manager, it might feel personal. If companies are hiring, why am I not getting calls? Most of the time, the problem is not your intelligence. It's not even your hard work. It's a clear mismatch between where the job market is growing and how you have positioned yourself in the same market. That's where the fundamental thing remains the same, even if it's a country like US or a country like India. It does not matter. Now add on this the visa layer. As and when your employment ends, along with that, your work permit, your visa also expires, and the period is too short, which is roughly about 60 days, which means the clock has started ticking. In those 60 days, you are supposed to process the shock, fix your resume, fix your LinkedIn, find a suitable job which actually fits into the way you have been performing and the way your experience is, and finally, you have to also crack one of the interviews so that you land the job offer. Along with that, you have to take care of the rent, the EMIs, the loans, the school fees of your kids, and along with that, the most important thing is your mental health. So when someone like Sunil says, I have 60 or 70 days left, it really feels here that how this person can survive. Now, side by side, Canada is opening many structured paths, especially for skilled professionals, more tech-focused immigration draws, more clarity on permanent residency, which means for many of you, the question is not only how do I survive in the US, but also to find out the other country opportunities which are available. So the real question, the $1 million question is, how do I design my career in such a way that I can survive in either US or Canada or India without breaking every time that there is going to be a layoff? That's where exactly our process comes in very, very handy. The first piece of our system, the formula is called ABCD crisis system. This came from the story of one of our mentee called Amit, whose visa was expiring in next 30 days and he was probably stuck that how do I survive in the Middle East market. He used 4 simple levers to survive this situation and along with that secure a better high-paying job. We now apply the same mindset to US and Canada breakdowns, especially when it comes to work visa and the clock is ticking. ABCD as a crisis formula stands for A. Action. In the first 72 hours, you don't need to panic. You actually need to act and take a massive action. You stabilize your legal situations and processes. You understand your exact dates. You choose 1 or 2 target roles. You clean up your LinkedIn and resume. So you speak to those specific roles. No huge broad list, no drama, just specificity. Because we believe in specificity sells and that leads to creating a powerful personal brand. B. In that ABCD formula, be patient. This is the hardest part. You will, when stuck in this situation, might face rejections. You might see a lot of people not even responding to your DMs, and that's where you need to hold your nerve. Being patient means you don't change your strategy every 48 hours. You commit to the plan at least for a few weeks. Exactly, in our language we call it a 90-day process. And let the compounding do its work. C. Consistency. This is where most of the people lose the track. They send 10 applications, lose the track, and feel that I am done enough and I'm not getting any responses, any calls from the recruiters. In our process, we believe and focus on daily consistency. Daily curated applications, daily networking outreach, and along with that, daily accountability. No 0 days. D for determination. No emotional engine. We work on routines, which is our process called OSA, self-OSA, relationship OSA, work OSA, and social OSA, which is basically your LinkedIn OSA. And accountability, so that you mentally don't shut down because when one door closes, there is another door which opens up for you. Because in the 60 or 90 days, it's not just your skills which are getting tested here. It is your determination. It is your absolute resilience which is getting tested now. That's the ABCD crisis formula which we use as a fundamental process to bring you out of this crisis. The second part of our system is what I call the 3-tier international career map. Most people think in one country at that moment when they are stuck. I have to make it in the US, or max I have to figure out something in Canada. We teach you to think in tiers across your time. Tier 1, short term, to apply and get the job in the US. This is your 60 to 90 days plan. How do we help you become hireable in the US market right now? Targeted roles, sharpened positioning, which takes you from me too to me better to me only in the job market. And finally, the ABCD fundamental formula which helps you crack the code. Tier 2, opportunity in Canada. While we work on the US, we also educate you where do you stand in the opportunities which might come to you from Canada. What are the relevant pathways? Which are those specific roles in your profile that are most valued there? So even if you don't move immediately, you have your plan B absolutely ready, where you keep working on something as in parallel. Tier 3, long-term return, or the GCC, Global Capability Centers, coming to India and give you the same role, same value which you got in the US market. That's where we look 2 to 3 years on a long-term horizon ahead. If you know you want to come back to India later, but we have to start planning for that today. What roles, skills, brands will make you really valuable when you decide to return? So instead of coming back as that I failed in the US or any other abroad job market, you come back as someone who is ready to add value and the global exposure, the global experience you got there in the Indian job market, where you get paid accordingly. And we finally believe in one of the principal fundamental is that whatever salary you are wanting to draw, you have to give 9x value to the company you are going to join. And that's what principally aligns you, your mindset. That's how it's gonna work if I have to get a brilliant job which I am passionate about. So this brings me to the end of the 3-tier system. If this lands home, you are ready to explore and move ahead. The third part of our process, which is the most interesting part, what we call as the hidden job market strategy. Because let's be honest, if you decide to just focus and get your energy into the job portals which are available across the globe, you will soon feel that you are running out of the job posts and there are no calls which are coming. So how do you strategize and get yourself ready to get into the hidden job market? What is the hidden job market? 75% to 80% of the jobs are not being announced on the portals like Naukri, Monster, Indeed, and any international job portal you can take in. Only and only 20% of the portals are announcing the jobs and they get aware of. All other jobs are getting filled through either referrals or networking, or finally somebody talks about you in such a way that I want to recommend this person. Basically a referral. So we want you to shift from apply now mode to a conversation mode, where you are actually having conversations on daily, weekly and monthly basis to crack the code. Here is how we typically structure it. Week number 1, positioning, which is me too to me better to me only, is finding out your USP, your differentiator. We fix the fundamentals. We start working on LinkedIn in such a way that clearly states who you are, what exactly is your role right now, and how you can communicate that message that this is what I stand for and this is what my USP is. And that you are open in the US or Canada job market. An about section clearly tells a sharp story. Your resume is also rewritten not just to talk about only the KRAs, the job responsibilities, but also about the outcomes and the results you have been able to produce throughout your career. Week 2 and 3, outreach conversation. We help you list ex-colleagues, ex-managers, alumni, and the people who are actually hiring. We are hiring the hiring managers. You get simple copy-paste message scripts which you need to make sure that you send across to these people. And this is gonna happen instead of you just sending a message which is refer me and you sounding desperate that I need this job right now, I am on a ventilator. That message will never sound a great message to anyone who is actually right now feeling that this person is a needy. Needy is creepy. The goal is to have 25 to 30 meaningful conversations, not at all 500 plus job applications which are not going to land where you want them to land. Week 4, interviews and backup planning. We then move into the interview prep using simple storytelling frameworks so that you can clearly explain your value even if you are under stress. And parallel to that, we build your plan B and plan C across Canada, Middle East and India. That's the engine we keep running until you land on your feet. If you are in Sunil's position, unsure about what is your next step and you don't know what's gonna happen after those ultimatum period of 60 to 90 days. You don't need sugarcoating, you don't need fake guarantees. What you need is a process that respects your qualities, that respects your responsibilities and helps you implement a process like the 3-tier system ABCD and hidden job market. That's what we do for our clients. We will just leave a call booking link, a short call booking link where you can click and book your slot, and that is what we call as a career discovery call, where we will understand and find out your hidden spots. In fact, we will look into your situation, we will map your 60-day plan, and then you can decide if you want to walk this journey with us. If not, no problem, you still have the ABCD framework, you still have the hidden market strategy and the 3-tier system. I truly understand this chapter is tough, but that's not your whole entire story. If you want me to create a foolproof 4-week career plan, especially for those people who are laid off internationally, tell me in the comments and I will record that next for you. Until then, take a deep breath because you are much more worth than this. More than a country, more than a visa, more than an offer letter. You deserve way bigger than this. And you have got this now.